And there's really, there you're looking at it, 18 yards difference between these two ball teams. And you look at that messed up punt that the Rockets had and end up running for about 20 yards, and that's the difference in the ball game. The big 2 turnovers in favor of the Wellston Rockets have put them in a position to be leading here 7-0 as we start the second half.
Squibb kick up the field. Of course, it's a free ball picked up by the Rockets. And he breaks a tackle and brought down at the Wellston 41-yard line. Garrett O'Neill on the tackle for Nelsonville-York.
Well, again, the Rockets start out the second half of the ball game up 7-0. The Buckeyes defense has been playing well. They need another stop here to start the second half.
First and 10, Wellston on their own 41. Wellston up 7-0. Handoff goes to Cox, trying to break it to the outside. Sheds a tackler, but he won't get away from a couple other Buckeyes that come along.
Just keep being pursued by the Buckeyes that time as finally David Ray and Walker Elliott make the stop, but the Buckeyes were all over that play and just kept forcing Cox to run to the left-hand side and not able to move upfield, ends up losing yardage.
Loss of 1. Back to the 40.
Cox carried the ball 11 times in the first half for 38 yards. And it starts the second half here with a negative yard.
Second and 11 for Wellston.
Hand
off the first man through, and he'll take it out to the 43-yard line. Wellston will have a 3rd down and 8 after a pickup of 3.
David Ray in on the stop, and that again was Cox on the carry. They just lined him up in a different position.
So let's see if the Buckeyes can get a quick 3 and out right off the bat to start the second half. 3rd down and 8 for Wellston on their own 43. They'll split out 2 receivers to this side. Braden Wommeldorf at quarterback. Rockets out of the eye. Wommeldorf back to pass, rolls to this side, throws, and it is complete to the 49, but it'll be 2 yards shy of a first down.
Hunter Edwards in on the stop that time. Nice big hit. Didn't allow him to go anywhere after the catch. It'll bring up a 4th down situation for the Rockets in about 2 yards.
4th down and 2. Wellston on their own 49. Play clock down to 10 seconds. So the Rockets are going to have to burn a timeout unless they hurry. And they're going to go for it.
We're going to try to draw the Buckeyes off. No.
And a flag comes in, and we're going to have a legal. No, they have a timeout across the way. It looked like Wellston got a timeout right before they snapped the ball, is what they're ruling. And again, prior to the snap, before the illegal procedure penalty, timeout Wellston. So they will have the 4th and 2 on their own 49. Wellston will go for it. 4th down and 2 on their own 49, and flags come in, and they draw the Buckeyes off sides. That will be a Wellston first down.
And you know the coaching staff was telling the kids right before that, don't let them draw you off. But now it's time for the Buckeye defense to get strong right now and get this ball back onto the offensive side of the field for the Buckeyes.
Buckeyes just coming out of a timeout. First down and 10, Wellston at the Buckeye 46. Handoff to the tailback, breaks a couple tackles, and takes it down to the Buckeye 37-yard line, a 9-yard gain.
Brought down by Nungaster and Cannon Kilbarger.
Second down and 1 for Wellston. That was Cameron Williams on the carry for Wellston.
Yes, it was.
Second down and 1 for the Rockets. Buckeyes need to throw them for a loss here. 2 receivers to the left side. Hand off to the first man through. It's Cox, and he has some running room. And he'll take it down to the Buckeye 22-yard line as he picks up about 15 on a Wellston first down.
Kilbarger makes a stop down there, but like you said, not until he gets 15 strong yards for the Rockets.
So Wellston leading 7-0, 9:15 to play in the third quarter. Buckeyes needing to come up with a stop of some kind, either a hold on downs or a turnover. First down and 10, Rockets at the Buckeye 22. Braden Wommeldorf at quarterback. Receiver split out to this side, actually two. Handoff goes to the tailback, and he's going to be hit and dropped at the 20-yard line, a gain of 2 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 8. Cameron Williams on the carry once again.
Big, strong run by Williams.
Second down and 8 for the Rockets. They'll split out 2 receivers to the left. Hand off to the tailback, and he'll take it inside the Buckeye 15 to the 13. Gain of 7, Cameron Williams.
Brought down by Noah Andrews that time, but I think maybe a yard shy of the first down.
Third down and 1 for the Rockets. 7:50 to play in the third quarter. Wellston up 7-0. Driving on the Buckeyes, third down and 1. Hand off to the first man through, Nick Cox, and he's going to have a touchdown from 12 yards out, and Wellston's going to take a 2-touchdown lead. Right now it's 13-0 with 7:38 to play in the third quarter.
Second touchdown for Cox. The only scores of the ball game, and again, the Buckeyes' fourth down had the Rockets stopped, but they get the penalty. Offsides on the defense, give the Rockets a first down, and then you saw new life from the Rockets. The same thing we saw in the first half. The Buckeyes had a couple different situations where you thought they had them stopped, and then something just happened to go the way of the Rockets. And again, it just feeds new life into them, as the Rockets also had the 2 big turnovers in the first half. They're going to have to use a timeout here, though, or they'll get backed up.
Rockets take the delay of game penalty, back them up 5 yards on the conversion attempt. Rockets attempting the extra point. The last one just barely cleared the crossbar, and of course now they're backed up 5 yards. And the kick is up, and the kick is no good. Wellston leading 13-0, 7:38 to play in the third quarter. Jeremy Warren back deep for the Buckeyes. The Rockets will kick it away.
A lot of time left in this ball game. Buckeyes get an opportunity to get the ball back here and see if they can make something happen.
Taken by Jacob Talbert at the 24, and he'll take it out to the 39-yard line. So the Buckeye offense needs to get to work here, down 13-0 with 7.5 minutes to play in the third quarter.
Yeah, they've got to find a way to put a 61-yard drive together here and get some points on the board. No doubt about that.
And the Buckeyes have shown throughout this game they can move the ball. It's just after a few first downs, the drive eventually stalls.
The second drive of the game, Colt tries to put the ball in the air. It's tipped at the line, gets the interception. Later on in the second quarter, you have the fumble that stymies a drive.
Caught by Jeremy Warren, and that'll be a gain of about 5 for the Buckeyes from Colt Adams. Second down and 5 for Nelsonville-York. Just inside their own 44.
Buckeyes have been able to move the ball pretty effectively on the ground, but it's always nice to be able to throw a passing play, especially out to one of your wideouts out the edge, and just spread the defense a little bit, as none of the Rockets are more than 5 yards off the ball.
Adams to throw, and it's incomplete towards Jeremy Warren, right around midfield. So the Buckeyes will have a 3rd and 5. Buckeyes just inside their own 44-yard line, down 13-0, 6:57 to play, third quarter. Buckeyes splitting out 2 receivers on each side. Noah Andrews in the backfield along with quarterback Colt Adams. Takes a snap. It'll be a draw play to Noah Andrews. And he's got a Buckeye first down out close to the 49.
Looks like they're going to spot it just shy. It just depends on where they put the ball down here. Real close to, well, from where I'm standing, it looks like it's good, but they're going to call it slightly shy.
So it's going to be 4th down and probably the length of a football for the Buckeyes. Jeremy Warren coming in with the play.
12 seconds left on the play clock. Got to move on this.
Clock down to 7 seconds. Buckeyes have plenty of time. Out of the power eye. Handoff Jeremy Warren. First down inside Wellston territory to the 48. A gain of 4.
Big surge by the line to give a nice opening for Jeremy that time to get the positive 3 yards and get the first down for the Buckeyes.
Hunter Edwards coming in with the play for the Buckeyes on 1st down and 10 from the Wellston 48.
Coaching staff showing some confidence on the offensive line that time, knowing that they're going to be able to get that bit of a surge that they need to allow Jeremy to do what he had to do.
Adams takes a snap, looking to throw, throws to Warren, and he pulls it in at the 45, a gain of about 3 yards.
3-yard gain, but that was a great catch by Jeremy as he stretched out those arms and was able to keep the ball from hitting the turf.
Second and 7 for the Buckeyes at the Wellston 45.
Staying in that spread offense here.
Colton Adams at quarterback. Takes a snap. It's a low one. He'll keep it himself, and that was a good decision. And a Buckeye is down. Injured on the play.
I believe that would be 67, Cameron Mount.
I'm not sure if it's an ankle or a knee. He might have twisted the ankle, but hopefully he'll be okay.
He's not putting any weight on it yet. I can't believe they haven't found someone to run in for him. And there they are. They're sending Eli Fox in to get him off the field right now.
So the Buckeyes now with a 3rd and 7 at the Wellston 45. And again, it was a good decision by Colt Adams to keep that as Wellston had the running back covered up on the option.
He only got back to the line of scrimmage. However, like you said, had he made that pitch, it would have been pretty ugly.
2 receivers on each side. Adams looking to throw. They'll throw
Jeremy
long.
Down.
Throwing towards Ware, and then he pulls it in. It's going to be a Buckeye touchdown. 55 yards, or pardon me, 45 yards from the Wellston 45.
Excellent just timing that time. Jeremy did a nice little, he's been doing the little button hook, coming back, and then that time Jeremy makes a nice little move, cuts it right up the field. Colt sees him. The line gives him enough time to actually plant his foot and actually deliver, and you can see, like I told you last week, when Colt has the time, or a couple weeks ago, he's got strength in that arm, and right there he put the ball on the money. Jeremy reels it in, touchdown Buckeyes.
And this play right here, all important. Buckeyes going for 2. They'll hand it off to Warren, and he takes it in for the 2-point conversion. And the Buckeyes trail by just 5 at 13-8 with 4:36 to play in the 3rd quarter. Jeremy Warren will kick it away for the Buckeyes. Squib kick up the middle of the field. Taken by a nutman across the 30. And then he'll take it out to the 39, and a flag comes in. We may have a hold on
either a hold or an
Rockets.
inadvertent face mask or something, that, depending on where you're. Well, I think you're right.
Looks like it's going to be on the Rockets.
During the return, holding, receiving team number 7, 10-yard penalty from the end of the run. Ball be spotted, first down.
That was Ethan Knowles on the.
What a beautiful pass by Colt Adams on that touchdown strike. Again, 45-yard touchdown pass, Colt Adams to Jeremy Warren.
Well, you know, we were just talking about it in the moment we had a little bit of a break there. Not everything went right that time. Jeremy made the right cut on the route. He freed himself up the middle of the seam. Colt saw the play. He allowed Jeremy to free himself, allow that to develop a little bit. The reason he was able to allow that to happen is because the line gave him enough time to make that happen. And so everybody just did everything right that time. And like you were just saying, Colt put it right on the numbers, touchdown for the Buckeyes.
Hand off to the tailback, has some running room for the Rockets. And he's going to have a Wellston first down as he picks up 11 out to the 36.
That was Williams again on the carry as Walker Elliott makes the stop.
Wellston up by 5 with 4:20 to play in the third quarter. Again, Braden Womaldorf at quarterback for the Golden Rockets. He's under center. Hands it off to the tailback, and he'll gain a couple yards, and then he's driven backwards.
Neil Pauly and David Ray again in on the stop defensively for the Buckeyes. Those two have teamed up a handful of times throughout the evening.
Second down and about 7, a gain of 3. The Rockets on their own 39-yard line. Rockets splitting out a receiver to the left. Actually, 2 to the left. Womaldorf takes a snap, hands it off to the fullback, and it's Nick Cox, and he kind of ran backwards as he ran laterally, and he's brought down about 3 yards shy of a first down.
Jeremy Warren made a nice play on the end that time for the Buckeyes defensively.
So third down and about 2.5 yards to go. Need to get out to the 46-yard line. They're just inside their own 44. 2:48 to play in the third quarter. Rockets third down. Hand off to the tailback. Buckeyes in pursuit, but he's going to break the tackle. Takes it into Buckeye territory. That's Cameron Williams, and brought down at the Buckeye 46-yard line.
Kilbarger brings him down, but not before he gets the first down, as he was able to break free around that line of scrimmage.
First down and 10, Rockets at the Buckeye 46. Play clock at 10 seconds. Wellston out of the eye, handoff. It's a flag on the play, handoff to Williams, and he's going to be taken down for a loss, and it's probably a legal motion on the Rockets.
Takes away a big hit by Jason Riffle, number 58 for the Buckeyes defensively that time.
Shift.
Flag on the field.
Off hard. Penalties declined. Second down.
So because of the loss in the play, the Buckeyes declined the penalty. It was a loss of 2, and we have an injured Rocket. Hopefully that young man will be okay. We have an injury timeout. 13-8 Wellston, 2:04 to play, third period. Second and 12 for Wellston. Good news is Cameron Williams jogged off the field for Wellston. Hand off to the tailback, and he's going to be hit and dropped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. It'll bring up third and 12 at the Buckeye 48.
Buckeyes defensive line really looking strong right now. Jay Elliott was the first to hit, but he had Riffle along with, it looked to be Pauly. Everybody on the inside just blocked everything up. It's David Ray also coming in from the linebacker position. Nice surge right now by the Buckeyes defense. Third and long. Now's the time to get the stop. 1 minute and 32 seconds yet to play here in the third quarter. Buckeyes only down 5.
That was Forrest Tail on the carry for Wellston. Didn't really have a chance on that play. Wellston splitting out 3 receivers to this side, 1 to the far side. A little confusion, and the play clock winding down, and Wellston takes a timeout. 1:15 to play in the third quarter. The Rockets 13, the Buckeyes 8. Third down and 12 for Wellston at the Buckeye 48. Womaldorf rolls to this side, looking to throw, being pressured. And now he will throw, and it's picked off for the Buckeye.
Jeremy Warren gets the first.
And he takes it into Wellston territory and knocked out of bounds at the 40.
First big turnover for the Buckeyes here tonight, as the Rockets had 2 turnovers in the first half. Jeremy Warren comes up with the big interception here in the second half with 1 minute 4 seconds to play in the third quarter. Buckeyes down 5. They got the ball inside the 40.
Of course, he made the mistake they say you should never do. He threw back across the middle after rolling out to this side, and Buckeyes get the big pick. Buckeyes down 5, 1:04 to play third quarter. First down and 10 at the Wellston 38. Buckeyes out of the eye. Handoff Jeremy Warren. And a short gain on the play. He'll pick up 1 to the 37.
That was a hard 1 yard right there for Jeremy.
Second down and 9 for the Buckeyes. TJ Warren coming in with the Buckeye play on this 2nd and 9 situation. Clock running down at 35 seconds in the third quarter. Two receivers to the right in Warren and Walker Elliott. Buckeyes out of the eye. Hand off to Warren. Once again, running room for Jeremy Warren. Brings it to the side.
To the corner.
15, 10, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 6-yard line. The Buckeyes will have a first and goal from right there.
As he goes over the right-hand side, the line just opens up a big hole, and with the speed that Jeremy brings to the table, he went shooting through there. And then next thing you know, he finds a seam to the outside and uses that speed, like you said, get all the way down to the 6-yard line.
19 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Buckeyes down 5, looking for the lead. First and goal at the Wellston 6. Out of the I formation. Handoff to Noah Andrews, sidesteps him in and takes it down to the 3.
Nice footwork by Noah right there at the line to just kind of sidestep, as you said, kind of do a little dance step as he's thinking about the homecoming dance coming up a little later this evening. He just kind of dances right around that defensive lineman, finds some positive yardage.
So the clock winds down. That's the end of the third quarter. The Buckeyes down 5. But when we begin the final 12 minutes of this game, Nelsonville-York will have a second and goal at the Wellston 3. Buckeyes second and goal at the Wellston 3 as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Buckeyes out of the eye, two receivers to the right. Colt Adams at quarterback. Handoff Jeremy Warren, and he's in for the Buckeye touchdown. And Nelsonville-York's first lead of the game comes with 11:56 to play in the game.
So Jeremy Warren, not only does Jeremy make the interception to give the Buckeyes the offensive side of the ball, Jeremy has the huge 30-yard run earlier and then just breaks away for the 3-yard touchdown to put the Buckeyes up.
Buckeyes successful on their last 2-point conversion attempt. Buckeyes will line up in the I formation, two receivers to the right. Again, Colt Adams under center at quarterback. And we have whistles blowing the play dead and a timeout by Nelsonville-York. Again, 11:56 to play in the fourth quarter. The Buckeyes with a 14-13 lead. Buckeyes will now line up in the power I as they go for the 2-point conversion. Pitch out comes to Jeremy Warren.
Got blocking.
And he is in for the 2-point conversion for the Buckeyes. 11:56 to play in the game. Buckeyes 16, Golden Rockets 13. Jeremy Warren will kick it away for the Buckeyes.
It's like a Chris Gamble out there.
Squib kick to this side, taken by a Nutman at the 36, and he'll be brought down right around the 41-yard line.
Donovan Ross right there for the Buckeyes coverage team that time.
Good field position for the Rockets. And they trail for the first time tonight by 3 to the Buckeyes as we've just begun the fourth quarter of play.
And just as you saw earlier in the ball game, with a little bit of life under the Rockets when things started going their way, all of a sudden you see a little bit more hype underneath the legs of the defense here for the Buckeyes.
And we may have offsides on Nelsonville-York, and we do, so it'll be 1st and 5 at the Wellston 46.
Come on, guys!
Rockets on their own 46, first down and 5 after the offside penalty on the Buckeyes. Wellston out of the eye. Wilmendorf at quarterback. Hands it off to the tailback. He's hitting the backfield. It's Cameron Williams, and that's a loss.
Noah Andrews just blew that play up as he was back there. He takes that 5-yard penalty gain and knocks it in half. Well, actually backs him up about 3 yards. Nice job by Noah there.
2nd and 8 for Wellston, back on their own 43. Braden Wilmendorf at quarterback, under center, and he's back to pass, rolls to the right, throws on the right side, and it's incomplete, nearly picked off by Cannon Kilbarger.
Actually, I think Jeremy hit it first, otherwise Cannon would have had that interception. Cannon was ready to reel that in, and Jeremy jumped up and hit it with his hand as it was overthrown, and the Buckeyes had great position downfield.
Third down and 8 for the Rockets on their own 43. Wellston splitting out 2 receivers to this side, and they broke the huddle with 12 players, and the flag does come in.
Ball. Substitution infraction. Offense. 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, I actually thought they got away with that earlier in the ball game, shortly after it was called against the Buckeyes. It was almost the next series, in fact.
So that'll make it 3rd and 13 for Wellston, back on their own 38. Still looks like some confusion on the Wellston side of the ball. Play clock at 11 seconds. 3rd down and 13 for Wellston. 2 receivers on each side. Wilmendorf at quarterback. Back to pass, being pressured. Gets away from it momentarily, and then he's buried. And that will go down as a sack, as it's a 1-yard loss.
Eli Fox wrapped him up from behind, then I believe Jason Riffle and Neil Pauly there to help him out, but nice pursuit by Eli.
So the Rockets will have to punt it away on 4th and 14 on their own 37.
You could see it, I mentioned it, on the Buckeyes defense. You saw life in their legs coming out that time, and they really delivered on that series. They were all over the Rockets. So Buckeyes want the ball back. 10.5 minutes to play here in the ball game. Buckeyes have a 3-point lead.
Nice snap. Buckeyes with good pressure again. High punt, nice punt, and it hits a rocket right around the 36 of Nelsonville-York. So that's where the Buckeyes will have it. Buckeyes leading 16-13, 10:25 to play in the 4th quarter. Let's see if the Buckeyes could put together a drive here and get it up to a 2-score lead. Colton Adams jogging in, quarterback for Nelsonville-York.
Well, you can see number 14, one of the captains, senior captains, Cannon Kilbarger, out there slapping 5s. You got Kilbarger, Pauly, Fox, and Talbot, your captains, and they're really leading the way here tonight, playing great ball, those seniors.
Hand off to Noah Andrews. He takes it out to the 40-yard line on a gain of 4. Second down and 6 for Nelsonville-York. 10 minutes, 10 seconds to play in the game. Buckeyes out of the eye with Andrews at fullback, Warren at tailback. Walker Elliott and Hunter Edwards split out wide on each side. Colt Adams at quarterback. Pitch out goes to Jeremy Warren. He's being pursued by Cameron Williams. A flag comes in. He's run out of bounds right around the 36-yard line, but again, a flag's down, and we may have holding on the Buckeyes.
They may decline it, though, because they dropped him for a 5-yard loss.
Holding. Offense.
I was going to say, they want to talk to the coaching staff here, because I don't know that the coaching staff would. Now they've chosen to go ahead and take the penalty.
So they do take the penalty, and it marks it back at the Buckeye 27-yard line. And it'll bring up second down and about 19. The Buckeyes have to get out to their own 46 for a first down.
I think it would have been about 3rd and 11 instead of 2nd and 19. I'm not sure which way I'd rather go, but we got 2 receivers out here and only 1 defender as they finally bring a safety over this route.
Colt Adams out of the shotgun, looking to throw.
He's got
Does so over the middle, but it's incomplete towards Jeremy Warren out at the 42.
Boy, he had Cannon coming off the right-hand side, too. He just happened to zero in on Jeremy that time, trying to get the ball over to 22.
3rd and 19 for the Buckeyes on their own 27. TJ Warren coming in with the Buckeye play. 9:39 to play in the game. Buckeyes up 3. Nelsonville-York out of the eye. A receiver split out on each side. Adams back to pass. Hits Andrews, and a flag comes in. Andrews trying to break away, and he'll be taken down at the 35. A flag is down in the Buckeye backfield. May have another holding.
Definitely one that would be
Holding, 77 offense.
Let's see if the Rockets decline this one. It would bring up a 4th down and 10.
Offense, penalties declined, 4th down.
Yeah, that's the right way to go. The Buckeyes are going to have to punt this ball away.
So the Buckeyes will be punting. That play does stand. That last play does, the pass to Andrews. So the Buckeyes will have a 4th and 10 from their own 36, and Jeremy Warren will be in to punt it away. Back deep is Jake Waldron for the Rockets, standing at the Wellston 36-yard line. Wellston with a little pressure, low liner, and a fair catch is called, and a flag comes in. It will be Wellston football. I'm not sure what the call would be. He called a fair catch, and he did just take a step after catching it, and if the official's ruling that he made a movement with the ball after calling a fair catch, but
if he made one, it wasn't much of one.
Let's see what the referee says.
Illegal fair catch signal during the kick. Will be a 5-yard penalty for the re-kick.
He waved both arms in the air, kind of half up, so I'm not sure if that, again, may have been an illegal call instead of raising one arm high above your head. But
making it a confusing situation for the defenders to not know, did he actually try for the call him off or not, yeah? Was he actually looking for a fair catch or not?
So Wellston will have it down 3, 9:17 to play in the game. The Rockets on their own 35, 1st down and 10.
Still gets the ball where he caught it.
Hand off to the first man through, and he'll take it out to the 40-yard line, a gain of 5. Nick Cox on the carry.
Tripped up by Walker Elliott.
2nd down and 5 for Wellston.
I'm going to ask it again. Did he still get the ball where he caught the ball? I don't think he got penalized anything. I could be wrong. Maybe
hand off to the tailback, Williams, and he's hit for a loss. Back at the 38-yard line, and they'll spot it. They will spot it around the 38.
Had Noah Andrews and Jay Elliott back there, along with Riffle and Pauly. Just a big surge by the Buckeyes that time.
Unless it was a decision for the Buckeyes whether to take the penalty from the line of scrimmage and re-kick. And maybe Nelsonville-York declined it.
That could have been what happened.
A nice kick and no return.
Could have been what happened, Jimmy.
3rd down and 6 for the Rockets. Back on their own 39-yard line. Wellston out of the eye. 8:10 to play in the game. Man in motion to the right. Pitch out comes this side, but
they had 2 men in motion.
Legal procedure called on Wellston.
Illegal procedure. Offense. Number 33, 5-yard penalty.
33 took off running while 42 was still running in motion that time.
So the mark-off makes it a 3rd and 11 for Wellston back on their own 34-yard line. Clock at 8 minutes and running here in the 4th quarter. The Buckeyes up 16-13 in a good one here at Boston Field on homecoming.
We got a tight ball game, Jimmy. Under 8 minutes to play. The Buckeyes have a 3-point lead. Defense is looking good, trying to put a stop on the Rockets here. 3rd and long.
Wommeldorf looking to throw, rolls right. A flag comes in and whistles blow the play dead. Legal procedure on Wellston, so it'll be 3rd and 16 for the Rockets back on their own 29.
15 offense. 5-yard penalty.
A lot of that's happening because of the pressure that the defense is getting in there, and you've got guys wanting to get a jump on the play and get out there and make something happen. The Buckeyes are really playing aggressive right now on the defensive side of the ball.
3rd and 16 for Wellston, back on their own 29. Braden Wommeldorf at quarterback. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Back to pass, being rushed. Eludes a would-be tackler. Eludes again. And now he'll go out of bounds, and a late hit called on Nelsonville-York. So that will give Wellston a 1st down. It would have been 4th down and about 13, but that'll be a 15-yard penalty on Nelsonville-York and a 1st down for Wellston.
Great pursuit by the Buckeyes defense.
Late hit, defense, 15-yard penalty. Yep.
So the Rockets 1st down. And the ball will be spotted at the 46 of the Rockets, and they'll have a 1st down and 10.
Big penalty against the Buckeyes there. Big penalty as they had them backed up. It would, like you said, it would have been 3rd and 13 or 4th and 13. Instead, it's 1st and 10 for the Rockets.
And it wasn't a vicious hit, but it was a late hit out of bounds. So Wellston 1st down and 10 on their own 46-yard line. 7:25 to play in the 4th quarter. Buckeyes up 3, 16-13. Wellston out of the eye, 2 receivers to the right, hand off to the tailback. And he's going to pick up 2 out to the 48-yard line before being driven back, and that was Forrest Hale on the carry.
Jay Elliott and Jason Riffle in on the stop that time for the Buckeyes defensive line. Donovan Ross was out there for a play. Well, Eli Fox had some equipment issues, but now Eli's back out there for the Buckeyes, playing well on that defensive end here tonight. Under 7 minutes to play. Buckeyes up by 3.
2nd and 8 for the Rockets on their own 48. Hand off to the first man through, and he's got a 1st down and more to the Buckeye 40. Nick Cox on the carry.
Kilbarger gets the stop, but like you said, not until he's got 13 positive yards as they bring it all the way down to the 40.
6 minutes, 40 seconds to play in the 4th quarter. Buckeyes leading 16-13. Wommeldorf takes a snap, hands it off once again to Cox, but this time nothing doing as he's dropped right at the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Jay Elliott that time wrapped him up right at the line of scrimmage. Oh, yeah, Jay Elliott right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd down and 10 for Wellston at the Buckeye 40.
Coming down to the wire here, Jim. 6 minutes now to play in the ball game as the Rockets have the ball at the 40-yard line, 2nd and 10. The Buckeyes have a 3-point lead, 16-13. Need to find a way to stop this Rocket offense.
2 receivers to the right. Wommeldorf hands it off to the tailback. He's hitting the backfield and dropped for about a 3-yard loss.
David Ray and Noah Andrews just stormed through the line again, and I tell you, David Ray's been playing great here tonight. He's been all over the field for the Buckeyes defense.
3rd down and 13 for Wellston at the Buckeye 43.
3rd and 13, Wellston from the Buckeye 43-yard line.
Clock running at 5:25 to play in the game. Again, the Buckeyes leading by 3. 2 receivers to each side for Wellston. Braden Wommeldorf out of the shotgun. Takes a snap, rolls right, being pressured, and he's going to be sacked back at the 48 of Wellston.
And Eli Fox coming off the end position as the Buckeyes had the pressure on him. Tried to get away from the first would-be tackler, but Eli there to just wrap him up.
They'll bring up 4th down and 22 for the Rockets. They are on their own 48. They've got to get to the Buckeye 30 for a 1st down, so they'll probably punt it away with 2 timeouts left with 4:48 to play.
Big defensive stand by the Buckeyes here late in the ball game in the fourth quarter. With just a 3-point lead, the Buckeyes defense really stood strong right there.
Forrest Hale will punt it away once again for the Rockets. Nice snap. Gets it away. Coming towards Jeremy Warren. He'll let it bounce. And the Rockets will down it at the Buckeye 15-yard line. 4:22 to play in the fourth quarter. Nelsonville-York with the ball and leading 16-13. Buckeyes 1st and 10 on their own 15, out of the eye. Every receiver split out to each side. Handoff to Jeremy Warren, and Warren will take it out close to the 20.
So Jeremy Warren, with that carry, puts himself over 100 yards on tonight's ball game. I got him at 102 now on 16 carries.
2nd and 5 for the Buckeyes, just inside their own 20-yard line. Buckeyes out of the eye. Andrews at fullback, Warren at tailback, 2 receivers to the right. Colt Adams under center at quarterback. Handoff, Jeremy Warren. And he'll cross the 20 and take it out to about the 22. The Buckeyes will have a 3rd down and about 3.
Colt does a nice job of watching the play clock, allowing that clock to go down under 5 seconds before he snaps the ball. But at the same time, the Wellston Rockets were also watching that clock and using that as their timing device. They had a pretty good surge on the Buckeyes right that time. 3 minutes and now almost 10 seconds to play here in the ball game. The Buckeyes have to find a way to get this 1st down.
Buckeyes may take a timeout. Play clock down to 2 seconds. And Nelsonville-York does take a timeout. They'll have 1 left. 3 minutes, 5 seconds to play in the game. 13-16. Nelsonville-York with the lead. Buckeyes 3rd and 3 on their own 22.
Big 3rd down play here for both sides of the ball.
Buckeyes out of the eye. Handoff to Warren, and he's going to be hit and dropped right around the line of scrimmage. So the Buckeyes will have to punt it away. 4th down and 3. Clock running, 2:50 to play in the game.
Buckeyes got to hustle here. There's only 15 seconds on the play clock as the punt team's still coming out onto the field trying to get set as it's now under 10.
Wellston looking to get great field position. Jake Waldron back deep, standing in Buckeye territory. Jeremy Warren will punt it away. Nice snap. And a high punt. Waldron calling for the fair catch and makes it at the Buckeye 43-yard line. 2 minutes, 19 seconds to play in the game. Nelsonville-York leading by 3, and Wellston with 2 timeouts left.
Jeremy did an excellent job to get that ball away. You called it. He hit the ball high, but he had to because there was great pressure from the Rockets, and he had to kick that ball straight up over him, and he still got decent distance out of it as the Buckeyes defense now called upon one more time to try to make a big stop. 2 minutes, 19 seconds. Buckeyes up 3. Rockets got the ball at the 42. Let's go.
Lomendorf back to pass, play action. Throwing along on the left side, and it's caught down to the Buckeye 10-yard line.
32-yard pass play as it looked like Hunter had great position down there. That catch was made by number 33 of the Rockets, Skylar Peters.
The one good thing about this is it's 1st and goal for Wellston, but they have to pick up the full 10 yards. 2 minutes, 3 seconds to play. Wellston out of the eye, handoff to the first man through. Nick Cox comes to this side, and let's see where they spot it.
Say he's just shy of the end zone.
And the Buckeyes get him knocked out of bounds at the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from right there, and it's the clock stops again because he was knocked out of bounds.
Now that put Nick Cox over the 100-yard mark also for tonight's ball game. 21 carries, 102 on the ground.
Buckeyes need some penetration here and throw the Rockets for a loss on this play. 2nd and goal from the 1. Wommeldorf at quarterback, and he'll keep it himself, trying to fall into the end zone. The Buckeyes stop him short of the goal line to bring up 3rd and goal.
It was hard to tell if that second effort by him was able to get him across the goal line as he had his back to the line trying to push it across, but the Buckeyes defense stands tall.
Clock running at 1:32 to play in the game. And Nelsonville-York will take a timeout. 1:31 to play in the 4th quarter, 16-13. Nelsonville-York leading. 3rd and goal from the Buckeye 1. Buckeyes needing a stop. Wommeldorf at quarterback. Wellston out of the eye. He'll keep it himself. And it's a touchdown for Wellston with 1:28 to play. And the Rockets lead by 3, 19-16. Wellston will attempt the extra point.
Yeah, because they don't want us to kick a field goal and tie it up.
Brandon Kennard will attempt the extra point. And the kick is up, and the kick is no good, off to the left. 1:28 to play in the game. 19-16, Wellston leading. The Rockets will kick it away, leading by 3. 1:28 left in the game. Buckeyes looking for a squib kick. Jeremy Warren playing up closer, and it's going to come to him right around the 27. Warren looking for a hole, and he'll take it out to about the 40-yard line. So the Buckeyes good field position, and of course the clock will stop on first downs for the movement of the chains.
Hey, the Buckeyes have been able to move the ball throughout the evening, so there's still an opportunity for them to be able to march down the field. They got plenty of time, like you said. Not only utilizing the first downs and stoppage of the clock, but get the ball out of bounds. Just play the game the way you can, and minute 22 can last a while.
Buckeyes on their own 40, down by 3, a minute 22 to play. 2 receivers on each side. Colt Adams out of the shotgun. Adams takes the snap. Good protection. Throws over the middle, and it's caught by Jeremy Warren in Wellston territory. He'll be taken down at the 35, and Warren was down. The ball came out, but he was down.
Jeremy makes a great adjustment downfield as the ball is slightly underthrown. There's a big pressure against Colt, but he puts the ball up. Jeremy notices that quickly, comes back to the ball, and just makes a great play for the Buckeyes offense.
And Colt Adams will spike the ball with 1:09 to play. So the Buckeyes will have a 2nd and 10 at the Wellston 35. Wellston leading 19-16, a good old good one here at Boston Field. Buckeyes down 3. 1st and 10 at the Wellston 35. 2 receivers on each side. Adams takes the snap, and he throws, and it's caught on the tip by Kilbarger down at the 22. There is a flag in the Buckeye backfield. So let's hold it. It's holding on Nelsonville-York.
No. Through the hands of Walker Elliott, almost caught by a rocket, and then Kilbarger pulls the ball in, which would have been a first down for the Buckeyes. Minute 3 yet to play, but the holding penalty brings it all back.
And the ball will be spotted way back at the Buckeye 49-yard line. They have to get to the 25 of Wellston for a first down. 2nd down and about 26 yards to go.
That was a hurtful penalty there because it's 10 yards from the spot of the foul. And as you said, that brings the Buckeyes back across the 50-yard line. They had the ball all the way down to the 35 after that last reception by Jeremy Warren. Clock starts rolling, under a minute to play.
Buckeyes, 4 receivers to this side. Colt Adams at quarterback. Throws it out to Jeremy Warren. And he's tripped up and dropped right at the line of scrimmage at the 49, and the clock will continue to run. Buckeyes out of timeouts.
Nice defensive play by number 8, Cole Vance that time.
Clock at 35 seconds, 3rd and about 26. Buckeyes splitting out 2 receivers to each side, needing a big play. Colt Adams takes the snap, looking to throw, but he's going to be sacked. Back at the 43. It'll bring up 4th and long, but more importantly, the clock running at 12 seconds. And again, the Buckeyes out of timeouts. Have time for one more play, 4th and long. Colt Adams looking to throw, and he'll throw long over the middle on the left side of the field, and it falls incomplete down at the Wellston 30. And the Rockets have defeated the Buckeyes 19-16 in this varsity football game at Boston Field.
All right, welcome back here to Boston Field, where the Buckeyes go down to the Rockets in a hard-fought ball game. And I tell you, it's just one of those situations where the Rockets jump up to the 13-0 lead. The Buckeyes fight their way back to a 16-13 lead, and the Rockets score with just over a minute to go to take the lead for the final time and win the ball game. But, you know, this was a game of big turnovers, big plays. In the first half, you had the 2 big turnovers in favor of the Wellston Rockets. You had the huge play in the end zone where the Buckeyes almost looked like they were going to get the safety, and the Rockets able to run the ball out, get the ball out to midfield. He actually ran it back for a touchdown, but it was called back around midfield. Big penalty on the Buckeyes towards the end of the game where the Rockets are driving. We hold them on a big 4th down play, and we get the penalty hitting out of the bounds, late hit. On the flip side of it, everything, when we got the big play, it seemed to come back. There at the very end of the ball game, the ball goes through Walker Elliott's hands, and Cannon Kilbarger comes up with a huge reception, but we've got holding in the backfield. So the Buckeyes, again, plagued by penalties here and turnovers, and you just can't continue to give other teams those types of opportunities. The Buckeyes, on the flip side of things, defense just played their heart out again tonight. They played excellent. Offense was moving the ball well at times, but like you said earlier at one point, Jim, it's like they're moving the ball, get a few first downs, but then something just doesn't go our way. The tip ball at the line of scrimmage, the fumble, or just kind of not getting things together when it's a 3rd and 3 or 3rd and 4, not being able to find a way to get that first down. So looking at the stats, again, overall, just make this point, or make this note. Overall, I have the Rockets for 225 offensive yards, and I've got the Buckeyes for 225 offensive yards. So when you're just looking at total yardage, I've got them matched up as even as I can come up with on my statistics sheet. On the ground, the Rockets ran the ball 40 times for 158 yards. In the air, they were 6 of 12, 67 yards, and again, that gave them the total of 225. The majority of the running attack was by Nick Cox. He carried the ball 21 times for 102 yards. And, you know, the big interception that Jeremy Warren had in the 3rd quarter actually set the Buckeyes up for their go-ahead score. And that, again, that was Jeremy Warren. Looking to the Buckeyes side of the ball, on the offensive side of the ball, they carried the ball 30 times for 140 yards, 7 of 12 in the air for 85 yards. And 1 catch went to Noah Andrews for 9. The other 6 catches went to Jeremy Warren for a total of 76 yards, and he had the big 45-yard touchdown catch that really seemed to spark a segment of the ball game, huge momentum swing towards the side of the Buckeyes. Looking on the rushing side of attack, Colt carried the ball twice for 0 yards, able to get himself back to the line of scrimmage a couple times when you didn't think he could. Walker Elliott carries the ball twice for 8 yards. Noah Andrews, 8 carries for 28 yards. And Jeremy Warren on his first start as a tailback here this season, 18 carries, 104 yards. So Jeremy Warren had 104 yards on the ground, 76 yards in the air, 180 yards total for Jeremy Warren. And he also had the big interception. So the Buckeyes did what they tried to do throughout the game, but they just ran out of time here at the end of the ball game, Jim.
Next week, Wellston returns home. They'll host the Meigs Marauders, and Nelsonville-York will go on the road and try to pick up a win over at Alexander High School. The Buckeyes taking on the Spartans a week from tonight. Once again, the final score, it was homecoming here at Nelsonville-York. The Buckeyes lose in a good one. An exciting game here at Boston Field. 19-16, Wellston defeats Nelsonville-York. Again, would like to congratulate the 2013 homecoming queen, Sarah Adams, and the 2013 homecoming king, Cannon Kilbarger. And again, we appreciate Steve Cox, does a great job on the PA here at Boston Field for Nelsonville-York, and we picked up his PA and the announcement of the homecoming activities. And once again, the Buckeyes on the short end of it tonight. Wellston defeats Nelsonville-York 19-16. For Justin McCumber on camera and Ray Spouts, this is Jim McCumber saying so long, everybody.